Faces of the Enneagram. One interview for each type on the test.
Everything is about information. Information.
This is Kirsten in Tennessee talking about her dad, who's an Enneagram type 5. The 5 is a head type, intense, cerebral, drawn to objective data, details.
He's an engineer, so he talks about numbers and figures and science and plywood and electric wires and batteries and, car parts. And I believe that Enneagram 5s, when they love people, they share their information. And I think that my dad, I know he loves me.
The 5s have such talent in organizational thinking, chemistry, science, mechanics, the natural world, but they can often feel closed down to people who live more from the heart.
When I was in college, I had a boyfriend. We were up in Delaware and the car broke down and it was winter and my dad had the flu and he got in his car and he drove all the way to Delaware in horrible weather and he wasn't well.
When he showed up, he connected to his daughter through his skill set, which was to look under that hood and check the brake fluid and the power steering fluid and the coolant and the battery and the windshield washer solvent and the belts and the hoses and the engine oil level and the transmission fluid.
Those 5s, you ask them how they feel and they say, well, I think, and then they tell you what they think. They don't, it's just really hard for him. And when he leaves, there's something lacking, like something I feel like I've missed, like I want something more from him. And I do say to my mom all the time, when he's talking to you like that, it's because he loves you. And I know that, but I want to feel it. I want it to be, I don't know. I want to look in his eyes and feel he doesn't like looking in eyes. That drives my mom crazy.
But he does engage. I'm turning this down because I think maybe I'm having images while you're talking, and I'm thinking of the sort of almost when you're talking to your dad who's a 5, there could be the wall.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Look, mine's flat. I think the edges too are, I feel like who he really is exists like within this.
Of course, if a heart type tries to imagine the life of a head type, she's going to create lots of formulations, lots of imagination of who he is.
Kind of like this is what I'm doing right now. I kind of feel like this is his heart in the middle. This is all the information. And it's like, I know it's in there. He's so smart. He's so smart.
You're seeing my sister these rings as the information around the heart.
And not even around the outside, like still, like it's in there. But it's something, it's red or it's something nice inside there, green. But it's like, yeah, I want to tear it open somehow, and or at least like this. I want to just see, I don't really need the whole thing, but I'd love to just have a little window, something a little, it's not just a window. I want to stick my finger in there and just be able to experience it a little bit. And makes me sad because I love him so much, but somewhere in there in his mind, I think he is thinking about me. I mean, he drove all that way to come fix it for me, because he loves me, but I want it to be down here and not, I don't know what it is up here. It doesn't look like this up here. I don't know what it looks like up there. It's wires, right? That's what you're saying. It's wires.
The tricky thing about having empathy is respecting how differently we each connect to the world. So he probably is driving in his car, being the best human he can be by thinking of the trailer wire, the GPT, the primary wire, the 1015, the hookup, the motor wire. And she's tuning in the best that she can do by thinking of connecting with him, holding his hand. What did he say on Thanksgiving? What could she say next time? It is that difference in the way two people map the world that leaves a gap, which can make people feel like different species, but can also be the vacuum through which desire shoots.
I just hear, wow, I'm here with you, daughter, in your house, and I'm fixing your wires because I love you. And when he's not there, those wires are going to still be there that he put there. So it's part of him in my house, which is really important to me.
That image you just said is like of these 5s doing physical work or technical work or mapping the stars or building the lunar lander and leaving through the world the trace of their brilliance.
it brilliance is almost not even the word. Like, it's beyond brilliance. Like, he understands how things work, like to the tiniest level, and he can see it in his mind, and he